Hi. This is all in Echelon Lifestyle. Okay, let me get things situated here, guys. Okay, is that good for you guys? Okay, give me one moment. Let me turn the dining room light on. Okay, guys. Oh, let me get my Yeti. And I hope everyone is having a great day. Where's that this? I hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful day, and I hope that it's beautiful whatever state and city that you're in. I'm in the state of Florida. We're going to get up to 88 degrees today. So it's a beautiful thing. I feel just as beautiful as it is outside. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is start this off, guys. This is the sheriff of Volusia County. Volusia County is Daytona, Florida. Okay, which is 72 miles from where I am. One moment, guys. One momento. Okay, guys. Now we're gonna get back to the spring break thing, guys. But for my intro, what I want to tell you guys is about the state of Florida. It's always been, even though we're connected to the United States, guys, right? But it's just a different type of breed here. Disclaimer: Charmaine or Leonard on the Breakfast Club. That's his real name, if I'm saying it correctly. If I'm not, that's okay too. But anyways, when he was doing Donkey of the Day, he would always say, he would always call people in Florida crazy. We're not crazy, guys. We're just a different type of breed. And once you come into our state, it's like you enter into another world. It's almost like leaving the mainland to head to Dubai. Okay, you see it how it correlates. In Dubai, you can't even walk down the street holding hands with your husband or wife. You can't have water. You can't. I hate to say this. I'll just spell it. SPIT on the ground. You can't do that. They have a lot of stipulations, guys. And the same for the state of Florida. But I must tell you, I know all too well about Daytona Beach, Volusia County. I know all too well about this county. And they do not play the radio, guys, okay? I'm telling you. They do not play the radio. I'll just say this. True facts, look it up. This county has made the most uh, arrests coming from coming up 95 south. I mean north. You're coming back north because you're coming up. If you're going down, it's 95 south. So coming up from Miami, you have to pass through Volusia County. Even if you're going down to Miami, you have to pass through this county. But this county, I don't know what it is about it, but they had a lot of drug busts in this county. It's almost like they could sniff it out, like the canine dogs, and you get pulled over, boom, they have a hit. I don't know, but if you know, you know. So let's get started, and I'll give my commentary along the way.
We want to follow up on what occurred last weekend and where we're headed. And what I want to say is, my staff worked very closely with Senator Wright in 2022 to pass a special event zone. And we have used that probably a half a dozen times, mostly for truck events. And we didn't use it.
Guys, this is for educational purposes only. Disclaimer. But these are the things that you guys need to know if you're out and about. But the best thing you can do, I keep telling you guys, stay close to home. I went to you know what? When I went to Daytona Spring Break, guys, hold on, let me get something for you. One second, I'll keep talking. But this is where I went to Spring Break, guys, in Daytona, whenever I went. And I only went one time in my whole life. Bear with me, I want to show you guys something. Oh, okay, I have it. Anyways, yeah, I only went to Spring Break one time, and it was back, I think, in 1992, I do believe. And here's picture that I had blown up. This is from my college wall. See, I was in college. And another thing, a lot of you guys are going to spring break taking PTO, paid time off. So that means you're not a college student. So this could be the problem. I don't know. But it's made for college students to relax, take a breather. Seeing that I was a college student for 2 degrees. I know what it's like. You need a mental break, a mental mind break. So I don't know where all this chaos is coming from, but it's unnecessary. But I do believe it's coming from a lot of PTO, pay time off. People that are older that are not even in college, mixing and mingling with the college students. But I wanted to show you guys this picture right here. See this? This is me in Daytona, and this is Biggie Small sitting in the car right here, guys. Hold on, let me get this right. See right here? Hold on, I'm trying to get my finger. Where's my finger? Oh, here it is. This is Biggie right here. And this is me right here. We're in Daytona, spring break 92. So I just wanted to show you guys this. And whenever I went to spring break, guys, it wasn't all that chaos like that. You know, it was very manageable. There was no disruptions. Of course not. Look, I'm at the car with Biggie. He doesn't have all the security around him. He only had one guy. So that should tell you something, you know, and so that's what it should be whenever you participate in summer and spring activities. When there's a crowd, you shouldn't be getting wild like wild animals. For what? A lot of it is attention seeker. Don't think I don't know that. That's where my critical thinking come in at. Pardon me. This is where my critical thinking comes in at, because it's that this is what it's about, guys. A lot of people that go out and cause chaos, it is about attention seeking. And I'm not saying it to be mean. Some people are not getting the love um they feel like, and maybe it's true that they're not. So whenever they go out and they get around lots of people, it brings out the worst in them, because all they're really asking for or needing is attention. So keep that in mind. Let's continue.
It all in 2025. And the reason we weren't able to use it in 2025 is my staff, the folks that work in the real-time crime center, both Daytona Beach and our folks, they were able to identify promoters, send them cease and desist letters, and make contact with them, telling them that if you promote an unsanctioned event, you are responsible financially for all the costs that we incur. And that worked. Well, in January of this year, my folks in the Real-Time Crime Center, my special events coordinator at Daytona Beach, they identified a handful of these promoters. And they sent them registered letters, including 2 that went out last.
And that's another thing, guys. If you're doing third parties with event promoters, please do your research on them. There's a lot of scams going around, pardon me. As you can see what happened in Houston, Texas. And it deceives me to see that, or to know that you people were paying all this money. Didn't you guys know that you were being scammed? Or was it that important that you get on the scene and be a baddie? Come on, people. What's up with all this baddie? So you can get a story time for later? Everybody can get into story time, even kids. And that's exactly what you're acting like, respectfully. Let's continue.
Last night that we're going to talk about that basically says what the law.
Hi guys in the chat, please do subscribe as you come in.
Incur cost of police, fire, EMS, and trash cleanup. You are responsible for the cost of that event. They have gone unanswered. So now, what I would like to do with you here is put them on notice to the world that you are being noticed, that if an event pops up here this weekend, and we're going to name some people here, I'm coming after your Tesla first, and then we're going after the rest of your money to pay for.
Hey guys, did you hear what he just said? He says he's coming after her Tesla. He means it too. That's why I'm like, let's continue.
For this thing. Now, I want to say this clearly because I know when we get these emails. This is about race. This isn't about race. It's about pop-up events.
Okay, I have something to say on this because I'm over the edge with this. Stop blaming everything on race, guys. Take accountability. Be responsible. Stop it with the race thing. It's not working any longer. In some cases, it's true. Okay, but let it be true only for those cases that are. Okay, as we should. But when it's not that, and just because the law is telling you to comply, you want to throw race in it, stop it. Stop it already. Let's continue.
Truck events, invade events, whatever you want to call them, they are illegal. They put a drain on the resources of this community. They put a black eye on this community, and they endanger public safety. So that's what this is about. So let's get that out there. I know we're going to hear it anyway, but we are declaring a special event zone from University Boulevard to Silver Beach, from the ocean to the river. What that means is all traffic fines are double. What that means is
Okay, guys, I want to pause it right here for a moment. A momento. All traffic fines will be doubled. So that means, pardon me, if there's a fine of $500, that's going to make your fine 1,000. For those of you that can't think very quickly. And I'm not being funny about it. Just think about that, okay? Because I don't want you guys to get any fines. I want you guys to be okay and enjoy yourselves. Let's continue.
I can tow and impound your vehicle for the most minor detail. Tail lights out, you don't have a driver's license, there's no insurance, we're towing and impounding your.
Keyword. He said for the most minor. You guys have to learn to pick up on the keywords. Because anytime something is being said and that is meant to be said, almost like our Commander in Chief, President Trump, he says things simply, one time. He don't go with this long drawn out. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Let's continue.
In your car. Everyone we arrest will not be given a ticket. Will physically be removed from the venue and processed at another venue. Walking down the beach with an open container, you're taking a ride. Smoking weed on the beach, you're taking a ride. Fighting on the beach,
You don't want to
you're
do
taking a
that.
ride.
You
So
do not
that's what's
want to
going to
take
take
a
effect. The
ride,
special event
guys.
zone goes into effect Friday at 11 a.m. and we'll make the determination on Sunday on when we break that down. It'll be posted. There'll be plenty of warnings out there so that you can follow suit. So we're going to show you a quick slide. Here is number one, Elia Brooks. She got a certified letter sent her yesterday by Daytona Beach and sent to me, basically saying that it's come to our attention that you are advertising, promoting, or sponsoring, or organizing, or arranging via social media a Daytona Beach takeover, an unpermitted, unsanctioned.
Guys, I'm going to pause this right here because I want to say something. You see how he's using that for his PowerPoint presentation? He has all that in front of him. It's not, yes, trust me, we have cybersecurity, okay? That's needed. But a lot of times, it's your friends reporting you and turning you in. It could even be your family member, respectfully. Think about it. Let's continue.
Sanctioned event scheduled for March 18th to March 23rd. And it goes on to describe what it means, what an unsanctioned event is, how to get the proper permits. And then it goes on to tell you are further advised that as a sponsor of this event, you will be held legally responsible for the cost associated with supplemental police, fire, EMS, and sanitation services. So Elias is sitting behind a keyboard in Georgia. And I think she fancies herself, this is her new career. She was arrested in August of last year in Cobb County, Georgia, for promoting an event involving juveniles, which wasn't permitted, it was unsanctioned, and it wreaked havoc on the community. Now, her roadie here,
Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is so not cute. You guys think this is cute? 5 years from now, you're not going to think that. Let's continue.
Who also features herself as a big thing. As you can see, Brittany Plummer is her rodeo in this. So as you can see, day 3, spring break, and she's talking about what's going on. She's filming, as you can see, that's our beach. There's the shot tower, and she's posted all of these things.
Look at this, guys. You know what? This is embarrassing. It really is. I don't know if you guys, I don't know. Are you guys not worried your parents going to see this, your kids or your family? I don't get it, but it's embarrassing. Stop it. Let's continue.
These things. Again, unsanctioned, unpermitted event causing mayhem.
This is the worst spring break experience ever. Police everywhere. As y'all can see, it's clearly you can't do shit on this beach.
Disclaimer.
It's a lot. Who? They taking people to jail.
Hi, Sebastian. Hi. I hope that you're having a great day. Are you in the state, mainland, or abroad? And are you doing spring break?
There's a whole lot of racial profiling going on. You'll see no white people in handcuffs. You'll see no white people. They talking no white people. They talking.
Please subscribe.
As y'all can see, this is the worst experience of spring break ever. Everybody's standing around because police is literally finding people. Well, people literally came out here to have a good time. It's police everywhere. You can't do shit on this beach. You can't even walk without getting a motherfucking fine. Straight up. I ain't even gonna lie, this shit worse than my Christ.
Okay, great. Thank you. You're in Maine. I love Maine. Actually, I'm gonna be coming out there next month.
They're not going for nothing.
To Seattle, Washington, rather.
Cup in your hand. Okay. Bitch, you better not be black. That's just really, you don't be black. They ain't fucking with them. They gonna fuck with us.
Which is bullshit because if you break the law.
Disclaimer. You see, stop with the race thing. They want to use race when they can't do what they want to do because you guys are disturbing everybody else that's out there to have a good time and just relax their mind and get away from the college thing. And again, like I said here, this is a picture. I had to blow it up, guys. This is my wall when I was in college. Okay, I used to love the Rembrandts. You see this? I love the Rembrandts. And yeah, you're right. I'm not for that either, Sebastian. But right here is a picture with me. That's Biggie Smalls in the car with the white t-shirt on and the hat, right? And this is me. Let me point me out, guys. I'm trying to find my finger. 1 second. This is me right here. I'm leaning over. And this is in Daytona Beach, guys, back in I think 92. But we didn't have these issues when we went to Daytona spring break back then. And Daytona is 72 miles from where I live in my city and state. And of course, I'm from Miami, so I do know all too well about Daytona and Volusia County. It's not a place where you want to mess around at. And it's not so easy to get out of jail if you get locked up too. In the state of Georgia, in some states, they do property bonds, but they don't have property bonds here in Florida. You have to come up with 10% of whatever your bail is. Okay, so let's continue.
The law you're getting fucked with. I hate to put a word to it. Then you have what's called our Class B organizers. Most of these are locals, and
why is he dressed like a doctor?
Reach out to
this
them,
dude, oh my goodness.
Like in 2025, they're trying to promote some different stuff. Mostly different events throughout Volusia County. But again, when they get
one moment, guys. This well cannot. Can you guys see this? Because I know they have baby wells. I wonder if this is real. Right here. I wonder if that's real or not. I'm not sure. Let's continue.
Letters, they kind of go underground. But I think it's important to signal them out that if they decide that they're going to follow the lead of Miss Brooks, we're coming to get you. And we're coming after you financially. So don't think it's not going to happen. So they're out there, they publish themselves, they fancy themselves, they put these flyers out there. And again, we saw people coming in from all over the Eastern Seaboard. As you can see here, we get in there to their social media, send them that letter telling them. So we're monitoring it. They know what they're doing is not legal. And it's not just here in Volusia County. We're seeing this around the country. You know, we see
Why
it in
are
Georgia,
they?
we see it in Panama City.
What's up with all the fighting? Let's continue.
You see it in other places where people get on social media and they take over areas, and they basically destroy the area. They destroy quality of life, crime with it, no matter what it is, whether it's a truck.
You see, guys, you see how this person just brought attention to himself or herself, I'm not sure. She had a bottle of tequila. I know the bottle. I'm not a drinker, but I know the bottle. And there was a cop right there by her or him. And see, the cop is testing it to make sure the seal is not broken because they have laws on Daytona Beach for this. This is why I'm taking the time to display this. And I will hope that you spring breakers are tuning in so that you can keep updated to know the do's and don'ts. Let's continue. But that was uncalled for. Like, don't test. Anytime you test a law enforcement or any military, a militant guy, guys, you're not going to win. So don't do that. Especially in my state, Florida. They don't allow it. We Floridians know that. So let's continue.
Event, whether it's a spring break event, no matter what it may be, it does nothing good. Now, this last person
I know, Sebastian. I don't know why they're fighting. They're supposed to be having a nice time.
Is planning an event in April and May. Now, Kiera, we've dealt with you before, and I want everybody to hear it. I'm putting you on blast. If that event comes in and you continue to advertise it on social media, we are coming after you. We're going to sue you civilly, and we're coming after every asset that you have. This goes to every promoter. You promote a truck event, you promote a takeover event, we are coming after you financially. So we're going to be the first county, and my attorneys are working on it now, probably going to be the first county in the state where you're going to see we are coming after you financially.
Guys, they are not playing the freaking radio, okay? Listen up. Let's continue.
And if I can come after you criminally, I would. So don't sit behind a keyboard in Georgia or Orlando or wherever and think you're going to do these truck events or these takeover events, because it's not going to happen. There's a way to do business. You get permits. You do things the right way.
That's
so
right.
You get on social media, think you're going to take it over, so be it. You get a copy of the letter? So she's on blast. She now knows on top of all the other things. There's a copy of the letter. Any questions?
How likely is it that people will actually be held responsible for what happened last weekend?
We are working on that, which we know that this Aliyah Brooks, she was the main driver behind it. And her roadie there, who posted all the videos, talking about it, oh, it's a racial thing. No, nobody wants that shit. I don't care the color your skin is. You come down here, you're getting locked up. So we're going to do our damnedest to go after them financially. But this weekend, they've been served now. They cannot say they were not served, because I'm just serving them. So it comes down this weekend. We're already putting the mechanisms in place. That's why I'm telling Miss Brooks.
You see, guys, how he said she was just served? By just posting it on social media. He's a sheriff. He didn't go to her door. She's in a different state in Georgia. He just served her online. So I guess it's a new thing. It's something that I have to research too. And I want you guys to too, because, whoa. If you could be served online, whoa. I'm speechless on that. Let's continue.
Brooks, that white Tesla you drive, I'm coming to get it.
And then when it comes to the...
Did he just say he was taking her white Tesla? It's not funny. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is great. Oh my goodness, guys. If you want to keep your Tesla or your Beamer or your Mercedes, stay in compliant. Let's continue.
This coming weekend, do you have support from the city of Daytona?
Let me say this to you, and I'll start off with this. I like the mayor. I have a lot of respect for the mayor. But before the mayor posts things on social media, he should find out what exactly I say. Because his posts on social media don't exactly inspire confidence.
Yes, Sebastian, this is crazy. Oh my God. And see, you see how the sheriff was addressing the mayor? with all due respect, but this is how we do. Floridians are very boisterous, especially if you know what you're talking about. The sheriff answers to the people. The mayor has to answer to the council city board. See, this is why it's important to know your law to see the angles that they go. Okay, let's continue.
Confidence that his police department is going to be able to participate in what we want to do with this special event. So he should go back and read his posts. And instead of calling his officers racist and everything else, he should be supporting them to get out and be firm but fair. So that's my message. We work perfectly hand in glove with the Daytona Beach Police Department. We always have, we always will. The question is, I don't have to answer to anybody. Police chief does. He's got to answer to a city manager and city council. I answer to the voters. It's their jurisdiction. We are there to help. We have a plan in place, and Daytona's meeting with us in the other room right now. But my suggestion to the mayor is, instead of calling your cops racist and bitching about what's going on, get behind them and give them the tools they need so that our communities are safe. All of our visitors are safe.
And then you said that something was civil. Could this be criminal?
It could be criminal, but right now, the special event ordinance gives me the ability for have zero.
Thank you, Sebastian. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. This is our platform, All In Ecoline Lifestyle. Let's continue.
Tolerance and come after you civilly because of what they're putting out there. What they're putting out there is bullshit, and we're going to call that bullshit. And we incurred costs. I don't have the total cost yet. We're working on that. How much overtime did I spend? What was the beach cleanup like? Because as those folks told me, and we talked about yesterday, it was worse than the 4th of July, and the 4th of July is bad. And what EMS? There was at least a half a dozen medical calls when I was there.
Guys, did you hear what he just said? Last week, he said, because I didn't even know they were even in Daytona because there was so much going on in Houston, Texas with this spring break thingy. So I didn't know because I know Miami, they did have spring break, but they had like health activities, like civil activities. But they didn't want to go to Miami. That's my born state, guys, because they wanted to be baddies. They didn't want to go and be sociable and act like people. So I didn't even know about this until this like a few days ago. But anyways, what was my point? Oh wait, let me play this. I forgot my point. Hold up one sec.
Talk about the procedure with issuing a special.
Let me go back one moment.
And what EMS? There was at least a half a dozen medical.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. He said that okay, last week they left the beach looking like 4th of July. And guys, you know during 4th of July, even on my street, okay, during 4th of July, you know when you shoot all the boom, all the fireworks and firecrackers, where does all of it where does the debris comes from? Where does it has to go? It's gonna hit the floor on the ground outside, right? So this is insane because this is the problem. The spring break promoter, that's their job to clean up the mess. So the city had to come in and do it. I just want you to follow where he's going. So this is why he's bringing the civil charges against her, which is financial charges, because they didn't do their due diligence and clean up the mess that they made in somebody else's city and state. Let's continue.
When I was there.
Talk about the procedure with issuing special events. You have to work with the city.
I don't have to work with anybody. That's what the issue comes in. So everybody understands. As the sheriff, the statute gives me, it actually gives the mayor, it gives anybody in a position of authority to issue a special event zone.
Correct.
The problem is, I have done this in the past, where I issue a special event zone, and Daytona Beach says, we're not going to do that. Well, here's the problem with that. You have 2 cars coming down A1A, okay? Both cars are loaded with body servers, right? 10 kids are on top of the roof of both cars. Deputy pulls over one car, and under a special event ordinance, it's a $500 fine, say, and I can impound your car. And we do that. The car behind it, the Daytona Beach cops say, well, we're not authorized to do what you want. We're just going to give a $100 ticket and let them go on their way. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. Nobody's being treated. And it's actually not going to stand up in a court of law. That's why when we do a special event zone, I don't need the mayor's permission. I need participation, no matter who it is, no matter what city it is. There have been other cities doing spring break. I said I want to do this.
This sheriff is not playing. Volusia County does not play the radio. I can't say that enough, guys. If you know, you know. It's just, wow. Let's continue.
And the powers that be said, Sheriff,
Please subscribe as you guys come in.
but we're not going to participate in it. Well, why the hell would I do it? Because it's not my city. I'm just there to help you. And as the chief law enforcement officer, I have the ability to issue this special event zone.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
So could you reiterate, what was the protocol for sort of containing or breaking down the unsanctioned party? We saw alcohol poured out, we saw warnings and whatnot.
We followed all of the ordinances that we have in Volusia County, which are called COVs, county ordinance violations. You can't smoke weed on the beach. You can't have beer. You can't open a container on the beach. You can't bring beer. You can't do whatever. And people want to say it's racist. Well, go look at all the arrests we made in New Smyrna. And we made 84 in Daytona, we made 49 in New Smyrna. The only reason we made more arrests in Daytona was the crowd was probably 5 times, 10 times bigger than it was in New Smyrna. But we do the same thing. So we enforce all of those statutes. When you look at some of those things.
And New Smyrna, guys, that's New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And then it's smaller than Daytona. Daytona's pretty small too. I live in the largest land-wise of the whole world, my city. But Smyrna, he's right. The capacity is going to be different from Smyrna Beach. And as you go down south, there's a lot of beaches here in Florida, guys. So, and they're not going to play in Smyrna Beach anyway because people there have money. So it's not going to be too much chaos. Let's continue.
Things, e-bikes speeding down the beach, people driving without a driver's license, squat trucks coming on the beach. So all of those things that are on the, as a matter of fact, you do me a favor, somebody grab me a motor vehicle code book real quick if we have one. So all of those things we enforce all along. What the special events thing does for me is it allows me to double the fines. It allows me to impound vehicles. It allows me to do a lot. It gives me a lot broader room with the motor vehicle code.
So this weekend, when you saw those instances of maybe pouring out the alcohol, you're saying it's more likely that they'll just...
We poured out the alcohol, we gave you a ticket. Okay? In some cases, again, it's officer discretion. Because there are people smoking weed, went up and said, man, you're not allowed to smoke weed on the beach. So I didn't know that. I'm from wherever. They put it out, and they were good. I want to be fair here. The overwhelming majority of those young people on the beach, when we told them to do something, they did it. There was no headache. Thank you, Brody.
Guys, he called it marijuana reefer. You know that's a term for it too. I haven't heard that in forever. And he's old school. And I'll tell you what, because he said that I'm telling you, not mess with this guy in their city, guys. Let's continue.
I just want to tell you something. This is our greatest tool. This is the motor vehicle code for the state of Florida. You think if you come in here and act a fool, there ain't anything in there that we're not going to be able to use to make sure people comply? And that's what we're going to use.
You see how that works, guys? Did you see that? They're called penal codes. It's because I have a bachelor's in criminal justice. They're called penal codes. If you don't know your penal codes, I don't know all of them, but I know a lot. Some don't know any. These are the people that I'm talking to. You guys have to update your mental mind on things such as this besides social media. Let's continue.
We're going to use every tool we have to make sure this is not welcome. We don't want you here. You bring zero financial benefit in there. Now, I didn't answer your question, but instead of giving tickets out, we're not going to give tickets out on the spot. We're going to remove you from the venue, process you, and then give you a ticket or charge you under the applicable state law.
Sure, just to clarify one more time. When you went to the special event zone this weekend in Daytona Beach, has Daytona Beach Police said they will back you up?
They always have. They always have. The issue is not with the police department. The issue is what's above the police department. The issue gets political. Well, we don't want to participate in that. And that's where the issue comes in. Then why issue a special event zone if you're not going to enforce this thing? I never had pushback when I did it for the truck event. I hope I'm not expecting any pushback now, but under the current climate over there, where you got the mayor calling out his police department, who knows what's liable to happen.
So let me ask you, because talking about before. So if you have a deputy pull someone over.
He sounds like he's from up north. I can hear his accent. Let's continue.
In that event zone, you guys will adhere to what happens in a special event zone. But what if the Daytona cop pulls someone over and they say they're not safe?
That's where the problem comes in. We have to be on the same page with this. If Daytona is not allowed to issue tickets that are double the fines, if Daytona is not allowed to tow vehicles or impound vehicles, then why are we doing this? Because at the end of the day, I'm not the Daytona Beach police chief. At the end of the day, my job is to support the cities. I'm not in charge there. They make policy decisions. So that's what it comes down to.
He's the sheriff, guys.
The chief's on board, the command staff's on board, the cops are on board. It's who above them is going to turn around and say, no, we're not doing that.
So if the people above them, if they say no, then it's squashed with the PD, or the chief and the deputies can say we're going to do it anyway?
No. If their chain of command tells them they're not to participate, he has no other choice. He's got to follow what the city manager and his commission says. I don't have to listen to them. But what sense does it make? How fair is that going to be if I'm writing $500 tickets and towing and impounding cars for in the same violation Daytona's just issuing a ticket and letting them go? It's not fair. It's not fair to the people that we're policing, and it certainly makes us look bad in a public light.
Does that limit the deputies to be able to enforce anything?
It does. It limits what you're trying to do here.
Okay, guys, I'm going to speed this up just a little. I think this should get it.
Oh, look how crazy it was down there. Well, he's not in here now. One of the folks that was on the roof of the Hilton was up there like, there's no gunshots. I don't know why everybody's running. And I tell you, hey, the crowd's making its way toward you guys who are north of this location. I don't know why they're running. We're not hearing anything. We're not seeing anything. But they're filming it and posting all this other crazy shit.
When you were flipping through those slides, how big is this network?
Okay, guys, I'm going to stop it there. But what he's saying is that because he's in law enforcement, it makes the city look bad. And when the city looks bad, it falls back on the law enforcement. You see how it works? It's like flip-flop, almost like a dolphin, how it does its tail like that. So I understand his concern, and I'm glad he's making an example of this, because if he doesn't make an example of it, it could happen in your city or state. Because when people come in a crowd to your city and state for any function, festival, event, or concert, and then where we live and reside, our city and our tax dollars has to pay to get it cleaned up. So I'm all about being all in alkaline. Clean up behind yourselves and just do the right thing, okay? And thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Sebastian, for all of your support in the comment section. And enjoy your day until All in Alkaline Lifestyle. Thank you.